Grave Tone.
Welcome to Grave Tone Podcast, where horror comes to life in every form it takes. I'm Megan.
I'm Arthur.
And it's properly the holiday season now. I'm feeling very festive.
12 days in.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have it on
No.
December 1st
No,
or anything
I don't
like that?
know. I don't feel like I had it this year at all, actually. No, I'm just starting to get into it. Well, I said this, didn't I, when we just came back from the movie theater, and I said
Yes.
this when we got home, and we sat down, I was like, this is the first
Fuck,
Christmas movie I
seriously?
watched this year.
That's pretty
You
crazy.
Too. You
Me
too.
I know. I agree. I know. I'm just saying usually you watch something a little bit Christmassy earlier than that.
I know.
Halfway through the month.
Yeah, normally I would have put something
That's
on by
pretty
now.
crazy.
It's just one of those years. It's been an insane year.
It's been a wild year. It is crazy. Also, we had so much snow that I feel like that has been enough Christmas
Yeah.
for the last 2 weeks.
I'm so concerned
It's
my seasonal depression is going to kick in by mid-January this year. I'm like, oh, come on. I normally get at least an extra month before I get sad.
Wow. That's
Canadians
fucked.
know what I'm talking about.
I'm just have some pre-workout.
Yeah, sure.
good.
That'll help. We just got back from the movie theater, and we went to see the brand new remake, reboot, requel, whatever you want to call it, of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah,
It just
and it
came out
was
in theaters.
Great. Spoiler alert. It was actually fucking good.
Yeah, it was good.
Seriously, out of everything we saw, because we also, as a precursor to this, we obviously watched the whole franchise, which partially melted our brains.
Oh, God.
Some movies really did. But yeah, so now we
Yeah.
have a full rounded view of actually what is good
Yeah.
in these movies, and we're going to rank them, and we're going
Yeah.
to talk about them.
Yeah, we're gonna do something a little different.
Yeah.
This time, we're instead of just doing a straight, full review, we're going to very vaguely kind of chat through each film in the franchise. So this is
just
technically
quickly
this
there.
is the 7th installment in the
Oh, yeah.
Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise, which started in 1984. And so we'll chat through all of them, and then we will do a ranking, and then we will have a little bit of time to do kind of a mini review to a degree of this new one.
Yeah,
that's
just the
come
usual
out.
stuff, kind of
Yeah.
what we like, what we didn't like. type of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Kind of the usual thing that we do. So we're going to get started with that. So I'll go through very briefly each film, because if not, we'll be here all night.
Well, yeah.
Just to chat through all of them, since there are 7 films in this
Give me a
franchise.
2-sentence elevator pitch.
Kind of, yeah. So, as I mentioned, the original Silent Night, Deadly Night film came out in November of 1984 and was a film that follows a character named Billy Chapman who witnesses his parents' murder on Christmas Eve by a man dressed in a Santa suit. And this trauma follows him through his childhood into, late teenagerdom, adulthood, and triggers essentially a PTSD response, which causes him to go on a murderous rampage while dressed as Santa.
That makes sense.
That's pretty much it. I just that's basically all I can sum it
Yeah.
up as, right?
But that one makes sense.
Yes. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Part 2, was released in 1987 in April. What a weird-ass time of year. Although, honestly, it's not a fucking Christmas movie, so that's fair.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Not really.
No, not really.
Anyway.
It's fine.
It's 10% of Christmas film. So that film picks up a number of years after Billy's story ends and follows his younger brother, Ricky, who was also around for all of the trauma and has gone through his own insane snap moment and murdered a whole bunch of people in his neighborhood and is recounting that story to his psychiatrist in an institution.
In the best way possible.
Okay, we're not getting into the ranking right now. Shush.
I'm not
shush.
ranking it. I'm
Coming
just saying,
later.
seriously, if you're going to watch something, watch that one, because that one's that is some incredible acting.
We're going to talk about it.
Oh, boy.
It's fine. We're going to talk about it.
So good.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 was released in, again, November, actually, this time, of 1989. Huzzah, the year we were born. And follows a young woman who has psychic abilities, who is attempting to, I guess, access and contact Ricky, who is currently in a coma, Ricky Chapman, who's currently in a coma in the hospital. Oh, sorry,
Right.
they call him Ricky Caldwell. He has a different last name, but he's still Billy's brother. It's weird. I don't know. I don't understand that little detail. Somebody put it in a comment and explain it to me. I don't know what the lore is.
They just got confused. It's
Sure.
okay. Mislabeled hospital stuff.
But of course gets more than she bargains for when she accidentally basically wakes Ricky out of his coma and he becomes hell-bent on hunting her down.
She doesn't, though. In that movie, remember, she doesn't. It's a wild random drunk Santa that's visiting
Oh, fuck, I forgot
children
about
in the
Drunk Santa.
hospital.
You're completely right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I completely forgot about
He
that.
wakes her. He wakes him up, but then he is very hell bent on finding her
Her.
because they had a mental
Because
connection
they
and all
had a
that. Blah blah
connection
blah.
and they met like while he was in his coma.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4, Initiation, came out in 1990, so only a year later.
They were pumping these out,
Oh
man.
God,
Like
yeah. These last few were like 1 year after the
that's what
other.
I'm saying. It's like we stopped filming. Okay, start the next one.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
rolling.
So Part 4, Part 3 basically wraps up the Billy Ricky timeline of things, and then Part 4 goes in a completely different direction and follows a journalist in LA. So again, completely different setting, completely different characters, who becomes embroiled in what is essentially a like coven of witches slash she demons who are trying to like raise their master or whatever the fuck.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, kind of. We'll talk about it. It's okay.
That
Whatever.
one was the weirdest
Okay. Yeah.
franchise sequel that I've ever seen in my
You
life.
guys can already kind of guess what our ranking's going to look like. But anyway, that was part 4. Part 5, The Toy Maker, was released in 1991. So again, a year later.
Pino.
Oh my God, Pino. And Joe Petto. Don't forget
Oh
that.
yes, of course.
This one takes place in a California town in the suburbs and follows a mother and son a year post an incident in which the father, stepfather, whatever he is murdered at Christmas by a sentient toy of some sort, or a toy that's like designed to attack and kill you.
Yeah, it's like a killer toy.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And the mom and the little boy basically wind up embroiled in a situation of semi-investigating what happened, but also just stumbling across evidence, essentially, to the sort of lair of a sinister toy maker played by Mickey Rooney, which is
Out of like
ridiculous.
old people. What?
Ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, so that's part 5. 6 was years later, so they stopped the franchise for quite a period of time after this. We jumped all the way to
Yeah, because
2012.
it got insane.
Yeah, we know.
Think about all the things we just
Oh,
said.
I know.
It is so wild.
I know. This one is really, this one's just like a remake in name only. It does
Yes.
not follow anything to do with the original story. It's set in a small town, yes, but essentially follows a rampaging, murderous Santa Claus on Christmas Eve and the sheriff's deputy who is recovering from the loss of her husband or whatever, and basically starts investigating a series of murders that are occurring around the town and trying to find out who's at the heart of them. And of course, it's a murderer dressed as Santa Claus.
Boo.
Yeah, and then
That one's the most tamed description because
well,
that's
it kind of
kinda
because
what
it
the
is like
movie
it's
was.
really like a straight slasher, so
Yeah,
it's
I know.
harder to
Yeah, yeah.
describe it any other way, right? And then we're jumping all the way to, of course, this just released one
Right now.
right now, this day in
3
2025.
hours ago.
Yes. In 2025, which is more of, I guess, a straightforward remake, less of like the name only thing. It does fall back on the Billy Chapman storyline and does follow his trauma a number of years after having witnessed his parents being murdered on Christmas Eve, again by a man dressed as Santa Claus. However, we'll get into it during the spoilery portion, but that's kind of where a lot of the story veers off.
Yeah, in
It
a
does
good way.
similar things, but it does completely different things storyline wise. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
I'm not going to get into the rest of that until we actually get into the mini review of that. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. So, do we want to start our ranking of like go from like 7 all the way down to number 1?
Yes.
And
I
chat
want
through
to
that a little
start
bit.
by saying that
Yes.
you should follow us on socials.
Gravetone Pod.
Gravetone Pod on any social platform. That's where you would have known that we're watching. God, we're watching through all those
This
fucking
franchise.
movies.
Yeah. I should preface our ranking too by saying this was actually a first watch through for both of us.
Yes.
So I think I have seen bits and pieces of the first film, the original film, over the years simply because it was like on TV and things at different times. It also had a lot of controversy at the time that it was released, famously. There were protests for it to be pulled from theaters and whatnot.
I think it was actually
It
pulled,
was, yes. I
yeah.
think it only had a very limited theatrical run and then picked up a lot of steam on VHS as they did back at that
course.
time
Yep.
and developed quite the cult following afterwards, which is probably why they started making more of them in the first place. And that's why there's that 3-year gap, chances are, between number
That's
one
it,
and
I
number
mean,
two.
yeah.
And then everything else came in quick succession. So in keeping that in mind, we didn't have any like nostalgia in any way going into this because
Right,
I'm
yes,
sure
yes,
some
yes.
people, the first one you saw was like part 5 or part 3 or part 2. So like you have that.
There's seriously so much. I was talking to people on Threads because we got like a lot of
feedback
engagement and
from
feedback
people.
from people. No, but I was just asking
Yeah.
about like Christmas movies and whatever it is, and like either your campy horror movies or like your comfort
Sure.
Christmas horror movies
Sure.
specifically. A lot of people said Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Right?
A lot.
I know.
So it's like it's not just a random thing.
No,
you
no,
know?
no, no, no. It's actually like a pretty big franchise when people are like, what are Christmas horror movies that I can watch? Every time you find like a top 10 or a top 20 list, it's going to be on that original film's going to be
Yeah.
on that list.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like
100%.
like without any kind of order, people's movies that I've seen the most was Silent Night, Deadly Night, Krampus, Gremlins.
Yes.
Like those three were always
Yep.
somewhere.
Which does make sense. Krampus and Gremlins are up there for both
Yes, of
of us
course.
as
Yeah,
well.
that's
So
it.
that does make sense. Yeah, and I mean, it's so funny too because this has just developed like the funniest following, even though it is certainly not the only film or franchise that follows a murderous Santa Claus in some capacity. Like,
No.
there are things like Christmas Evil, which also is like a very campy one from the 80s. There's something like Santa's Sleigh, that's like an early 2000s one
Yes.
that I remember. There are a ton of them anyway that have some sort of killer Santa Claus in some capacity.
What is that? The one with David Harbour?
Oh, Violent Night.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that the
think
one?
that's
But
Violent
doesn't
Night,
he
yeah,
play
yeah.
actual Santa in that? Also,
He's
that
still
one's
a
like
murderous Santa.
yeah, but it feels like half an action film. That one I feel like skews
mean-
in another direction.
Yes, but also was great.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun one. So yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's certainly not the only time we've ever seen Santa be violent. So it's really interesting to look at how much vitriol this original film got. I don't understand it because like we watched it like it's a very standard 80s slasher.
Standard.
I mean, yeah, it's got like some trauma and it doesn't have a
Yeah, but it's
traditional
like-
final girl in it, I guess.
It's like a B level almost.
Yes, exactly. It's a very 80s slasher.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Very
In
much.
that sense, sure.
Yeah, it very much feels like it's of its era,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh my God, yes. Jesus.
Okay. All right. Do you want to go first and give me what your number 7 is? So your least favorite
Okay, wait.
of
Well, now I
the
have to
franchise.
go backwards. Okay, so my number 7
Yes.
is number 4.
The Initiation.
The Initiation, yes, that's right. So The Initiation number 4, released in 1990.
Directed by Brian Usna, which like
Hoodies.
so oh you can't just say that.
I'm sorry. I don't recognize the name.
So he technically he produced films like Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator, but
Okay, that's
became pretty famous tail end of the 80s because he directed Society, which is a very, very, very famous body horror that is super beloved by a lot of people, especially from that time period. So it's just like, so it doesn't, and I mean, you see a lot of that. I will give Initiation this. You do see a lot of that, some of the creature work and stuff and the gross, slimy shit that's all over the place in this movie.
Oh,
I'm
in this
like,
movie, yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, this does
So
kind of look like a Brian Usna
That
film.
is the movie where there's the whole evil cult, whatever it
Witches
is.
/ demons / whatever
That
the fuck.
there's a lot of like weird body horror
Yes.
and I don't know, alien, demon,
Yes.
slugs, possessions
Oh my
or
God,
something.
yeah.
And it was really strange and weird. I did not know that he did all that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Some people remember players' stats. Megan remembers everything about horror movies productions, and I don't.
I'm
And
telling
that's why
you.
I did not remember.
I'm telling you, I would be president of the world if I didn't have all of this floating around in here. I would be CEO of a Fortune 500, but this is what's in my brain. So I may as well use it on this podcast.
Yes, use it for the good of
The
the
greater
people.
good,
That's
everyone.
it.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
I'm doing this for you.
Okay, my second least favorite movie. Let's put it that way. I'm so confused right now. It is number 3. Silent Night, Better Watch Out.
Yeah.
That is the one with the psychic girl.
Yep.
Which, seriously, I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. It was like watching someone play a walking simulator game.
Yeah, you said this while we were watching it.
I cannot.
It was boring.
It was insane.
Yeah. In spite of featuring Bill Moseley as Ricky Caldwell, also, who he's become like very famously known for Rob Zombie films now, like more recently. But, he's been working for ages and ages and has been quite the staple on the horror scene for a very long time. And I think this was one of his earlier roles.
I guess so.
But he barely gets to speak during the film because Ricky has like no lines almost.
I mean, his brain is half exposed in a jar.
It is kind of a fun prosthetic, but it feels.
It looked cool.
It reminded me of the Aliens and Mars Attacks, which kind of took me out of
100%. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he didn't get to act much.
No.
And the movie was very much like, oh, let's go walk there, and then let's go walk in this dark corner.
I know, it was bloody boring.
Yeah, that one was probably one of the more boring ones. Anyways, then my other movie that is like it's getting better, right?
Yeah,
I remember as it goes, it gets better. It is number 6, the 2012 remake of Silent Night.
Yep.
Which had what's his name?
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell, thank you very much.
And Jamie King, who starred as the lead character.
Seriously, to be completely honest, this movie made it so far up this list, basically kind of in the middle-ish, I guess, purely because of the one-liners that Malcolm McDowell had in the movie.
Yeah.
They just gave him free reign, and they were like, you know what, just fuck it, roll with it, say whatever you want. And he has the craziest one-liners ever in there.
Everything sounds like the tagline for an action film. Everything.
Yeah.
Every line that he has.
Wait, I actually want to find them because that's fun. I found some of them. It's too good. It's too good. Okay, to be fair, this movie is described on IMDb as a slasher, but also comedy horror.
Yeah. I mean, it's not taking itself seriously, which is
not
commendable.
at all.
Yeah.
There is some lines. So he plays Sheriff Cooper.
Yeah.
And one of his iconic lines that we basically had to pause the movie because it was so insane. They're talking about trying to find out who the murderer is.
Oh God, I know what you're
And the lady and the other cop, who's like basically the main character, the secondary main character. She's like trying to come up with this whole theory of who it could be, whatever it is. And the guy just goes, "Don't put avocado on a burger. Keep it simple." Like, that's such a great line. That was seriously insane.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I wish I had more examples here because he just kept going with it and going with it. Anyways,
everything. Everything was an action hero line.
Everything. This is literally why it is as far as it is on the list for me.
Because if not, it's not great.
No, it's not.
No,
I know.
Like the story wasn't that interesting.
No,
like the kills were fine.
They were fine.
But I was like, yeah, okay.
There's nothing special, so
no,
that's the thing.
It did feel like a Christmas movie, at least. Like it actually gave it. It actually
there
put some
were
work
Santas
into the setting. Yeah, there were so many Santa Clauses, but like it actually like put work into like the setting and things. I was like, okay, like it feels like this is at least taking place at Christmas.
Yeah,
so
that's it. Then it is actually. So now we're getting into the top 4. Well, yeah. Whatever. It is number 5. Silent Night number 5, The Toy Maker. That one was hilarious.
This one was actually like more enjoyable than I thought. I think after we watched number 4, I was like, oh, fuck my life. What is number 5 going to be like? I didn't hate this. I didn't hate the concept of this.
I think, seriously, part of why, since we watched it in order, part of why this movie was kind of like good for us because it was such a fucking roller coaster of good and then okay, and then boring, and
then
then
slightly better.
insanity. What the fuck happened? And
Yeah.
then you're at number 5, and you're like, okay, this is like,
And you're like,
much
oh,
better
I
than the
feel-
past 4 hours of watch time that we've dedicated
You
to
feel
this.
like you started to circle back to something that makes sense.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
like,
it.
okay, at least it feels like it's set at Christmas. There's a guy who makes toys.
And seriously, that movie reminded me of, there's a movie that I really like that I used to watch
oh my god.
about the toys.
Oh god, we're
They
gonna
become
do this.
alive.
Is it
and-
what are they called? Universal Soldiers or
Yes,
something?
Universal Soldiers.
I know
That's the
what
one.
you're
Oh my
saying.
god! First of all, such a great movie. Fucking love it. I watched it so many times.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
I always wanted to have those little toys that would talk to me. But and, hey, you know what? Seriously, at this point,
Everybody who ever watched Toy Story felt that way.
well, yeah, but that was even before that for
I know.
me. But seriously, at this point, you can actually have that because there's like teddy bears that are being sold that have
Oh,
AI
yeah.
embedded in it.
Oh, yeah.
And it just gives kid bad advice on what to do. That is so wild.
Yeah, we're halfway to Megan.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, no, we'll get there. Not me, Megan. The franchise.
Nice. Yes, thank you for that.
I just figured I'd clarify. Okay,
Yeah.
what's your number 3?
Okay, number 3 is actually Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2
Part 2.
because
Okay,
that one was actually good.
got it.
I did like that one.
It's so fucking funny.
Yes, the whole thing with Garbage Day, that is,
It's iconic. It's iconic,
Iconic.
now.
and because I haven't seen it before,
Yeah.
I'm really mad that I've missed out on all these years
Yep.
of doing Garbage Day quotes because that is hilarious.
You don't get to yell garbage day at people.
Oh, it's
I'm a
so
little
good.
sad we didn't watch this movie 10 years
Early-
ago, honestly.
right?
Like right at the beginning of our relationship. We've been together for longer than that, but like right at the start.
Yo, seriously, we were watching this movie at the beginning. I'm like, what? Why is he overdoing it so much? And then 10 minutes in, when you were like, okay, this is gonna be the whole fucking
You're like,
hour
oh,
and a half.
I'm here for it. I'm
Yeah,
in.
that's it. You're like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
I feel like we locked in 5 minutes after he started his actual performance because the first half hour of this movie is a throwaway. It's all footage from the
Yes.
first film.
It literally like copy
Shot by
paste
shot.
footage.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not snippets.
No,
it's
no.
literally like
No.
10 minutes straight.
Yeah, it'll be like 5 minutes worth of a shot, and you're like, what the fuck am I watching? But
Yeah,
once
I had
you,
time to make snacks.
I know. Once
Because
you-
we just watched
because
it
we
one
just
right
watched the
before
original.
that. Yeah, that's it.
And then once you get past that, you're suddenly like, this is incredible, and it's not, but it also is.
It was wild.
Yeah, it's just mixed emotions.
Yeah. My number 2 is actually the original one.
Okay. Yep.
So that one was actually good. Like you said, it was a movie of its time.
Mm-hmm.
I did like it. It was kind of campy, but
Yeah.
you know, overall, it was not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was fine. I did
it.
like the main actor. He tried.
He wasn't bad,
You know what I
Billy.
mean? Yeah,
he
that's
was
it.
all right.
Yeah, he was pretty good. And then obviously, my favorite one is the one that we just saw.
Okay.
I mean that's number 1 for me.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. It took elements from the previous movies and mixed it in, but actually in a smart way. The writing on this was actually really good.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense
Mm-hmm.
and brought kind of like a breath of fresh air, I guess, into this whole franchise and
that's
stuff.
fair.
It was fun. It was entertaining. It was funny in some parts. Great kills.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're guessing I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll
get into it a bit later, but yeah.
That's basically my top 3 is the newest one, part 1,
Yeah.
and part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, so you and I have a very similar beginning of our list, and
Yeah.
then we do have a little bit of variation towards
How
the top of them.
dare you.
Yeah, okay. So, much in the same way, my number 7, my least favorite was part 4, The Initiation.
Yep.
I could not get behind the lack of cohesion in the story, I think, more
Some
than
of
anything.
the things didn't make any sense.
No, I couldn't get behind the lack of anything that made sense in this movie
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the storyline itself. And that lead actress was giving way more than she needed to for this
Oh
role.
yeah, seriously, Jesus.
She was given 110% in a movie that warranted maybe 5% of her capacity. My number 6 was also part 3, I should say. Better Watch Out.
Yep.
The psychic little journey that we went on. That's it. This one was just, it had too many moments that were too bloody boring, and I could not.
Yeah.
I couldn't find time to get invested in it, and
The whole thing with the police,
Yeah.
that we see them literally driving and have a conversation about something completely
oh my god,
unrelated
the
for like
sheriff
10 minutes.
and the psychiatrist
psychiatrist,
there,
yeah.
the psychotherapist, whatever the fuck he
who
is. There.
also is played.
By wait, I'm sorry, I'm gonna forget what people's names are, but I'm gonna tell you right fucking
Megan
now.
was like
Okay,
mind blown when she found that out.
Okay, yes. So the doctor in this is played by Richard Beymer, who played Tony in West Side Story. First of all, 30 odd years did him no favors, no offense.
Yeah.
I did not recognize him at all when we started the movie. I looked it up because I was looking through the cast list. I do that a lot, just because I have a tendency to look at what people's filmography is and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I turn around and Megan's been on the phone for like 10 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? You're not even watching
I'm literally
the movie.
looking at what people have been in.
That's it.
But seriously, Tony from West Side Story.
Wild,
it blew my
man.
fucking mind. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that took a weird turn for me. I would never would have expected it. So
Right, yeah.
so that's it. So that was part 3 for me. Part number 5 is also the 2012 Silent Night film. Again, that's at some of the camp level of the line delivery, like you said, particularly Malcolm McDowell and stuff, and some of the not taking itself too seriously
Wait, so
aspects.
your third least favorite is part 5?
Yeah.
Okay, me was part 6.
What? No, you did 4,
4,
3,
3, 6.
and then 2012.
Yes.
Yeah.
2012 is 6.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said number 5 is your third least favorite.
Yeah. Number 5 is part 6, whatever. My number 5, whatever, is part 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same one. I feel like you're not counting backwards very well right now.
I'm counting very well, but we're saying number 5 is my number 6, and I'm getting confused.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It is also 10:30 p.m. at night on a Friday.
And you're old.
What the fuck? You're older than me.
4 months. Whatever. No, it's The Initiation was my least
Yes,
favorite,
yes,
followed by
yes.
Better Watch Out, followed by the 2012 Silent
Right.
Night
Okay. Yeah.
remake.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
My number 4, getting into that, was also part 5, The Toy Maker.
Oh wow. Okay. So we had it
No, the
stacked
beginning of it.
pretty
It's
well.
it's our last 3 that we switch up.
Okay,
You and I change up a
okay,
little
okay.
bit. Yeah. Was also this. Like I said, I liked the Toy Maker aspect of it. I thought it was fun. It was kind of fun and like weirdly uncanny valley to see Mickey Rooney in a movie like this, but I was like, okay, sure, why not? Sure.
Also, Mickey Rooney, for people who I guess are not aware, he is the last actor.
He was.
He was the last actor who has done silent movies.
Yeah, he was
Like-
he was a child actor in the 1920s
Yes.
and starred in some silent films, and went on to do, my gosh, I can't even tell you, probably I think hundreds, if I'm not mistaken, of credits to his name, until the point where that's it. He passed away in 2014 at the age of 93.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a damn good life.
I know. Anyway, yeah, so that was interesting. And like, I didn't hate the kid in this one. I liked at least that the mom was like a proper mom in this movie. You know,
Yes.
sometimes 80s movies were a little bit funky that way, where like moms were just like, okay, honey, do whatever you want. And they're like not paying attention to anything. This mom actually cared about her kid. And I was like, oh, good.
Yeah. That's true.
So yeah, so that was my number 4. Now I get into my top 3. This is where you and I differ a little bit. My number 3 is actually the original 1984 Silent Night, Deadly Night.
All right.
Like you said, it has camp value. It's fun. I don't mind, Billy, like the beefcake, basically. Well, it's weird. He has like superhuman strength.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
He's able to, like-
crazy people are always really strong in
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. You can lift one guy with one hand,
one hand.
full arm extended by his throat.
It's
Like,
very
what?
Michael Myers-esque.
Oh, yeah.
It's very of that era. So,
makes sense.
it's fun. It has camp value. It had some laggy parts, which is probably why it wound up in number 3 for me. But it had, enough going on. And maybe also because I was a little bit like, man, this one's just kind of sad. This poor kid's been through so much, and it just kind of made me a bit sad. Like he had so much, he had like trauma in his childhood. Mother Superior's a bitch
Yep.
and like abuses him at the orphanage that he's stuck at and stuff. And I was like, I'm
It's
just
true.
sad
No
for
one
Billy.
really treated his trauma because, it was the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
And that just didn't help.
We don't therapize that, apparently,
No.
which is what he would have needed.
Therapize.
Yes.
Is that a word now?
Yes. I did not make that up. It's a word. Don't squint at me. So that was it. So that's my number 3. My number 2 is the one that we just watched, the 2025
Okay.
remake.
Wow. Okay.
Because it was really fun.
It
This
was
was actually
so
a lot more. This was a
fun.
lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be bad because I figured they were doing this for a reason. They were actually going to try to do something fun with it. But I really liked it, and we'll get into more of that with the spoilery bit of things, but I really did like it. I really enjoyed it. It was super fun. Would watch again.
Oh yeah,
Like at Christmas,
definitely.
would watch again, no problem.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, my number one is part 2.
All right. Hey, that's fine. That's
I
good.
have not watched that unhinged of a performance
Yes, it was.
in a very, very long time, possibly ever to a degree. Not to this extent, not in this kind of movie, in this kind of way. And the minute we finished it, I was like, is this going to be my favorite? And it is. It is.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. It's not a Christmas movie.
No, not even close.
No, but I would watch it again just to hear the lines, but also just watch
The delivery.
just the entire delivery of everything that happens in this movie. I want to make sure I'm crediting the right people here. Eric Freeman plays Ricky Caldwell in this film. I don't know where your Oscar is, sir, but I think it's warranted for this movie, in my opinion.
It was something else.
Oh, it's so good.
So you see, my thing was that I guess the way we differ in our top threes is that I was going more for which movie I actually found good in a sense that it was more serious.
The one we just saw is a better
mean?
film.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
It's just not my favorite.
Yeah,
but it's a better movie.
That's what I'm saying.
100% a better
movie. So you
movie.
see, like me was like the better movies ranking. You, it was the
movie that I enjoyed the most.
That's it. The enjoyment part of it.
The enjoyment level of it for me is what's more important in my heart of hearts, and so that is the way that my ranking stands.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So shall we get into maybe a little bit of spoilery stuff so we can chat through some of this one that we just watched and both obviously really enjoyed because they were basically at the tops of our lists.
Yep, agreed. Let's do it. Gary, get in here.
You've been warned. Spoilers ahead.
Okay, so should we do, I guess in doing this, without getting too much into like every single plot beat, because we've been here for a while, should we do maybe 3 favorites for it anyway and kind of like chat through that aspect to help us kind of work through?
So let's start with the digs. How much do you dig this movie?
Oh my God. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really fun. So I think
You have to give me good scores because I have it in front of me for the real scores.
Okay. I think I'm hovering somewhere around 7 digs right now.
Damn, okay.
Like it was really fun. It was really enjoyable. It was easy to watch. It, took itself seriously kind of when it needed to, but it made me laugh. So
yeah,
I appreciated that. The kills were great. The actors were really committed. Love that. So
I agree. Yeah.
I really liked Rowan Campbell.
I would say that I'm close to that. I would even give it a little bit more like a 7.2, maybe not a 7.5, but definitely a little bit higher than 7.2. For the other, let's say, rating systems, whatever.
Sure.
IMDb is at 6.4. Letterboxd is 3.1, which is not bad.
That's pretty good.
And Rotten Tomatoes is critics' reviews 80%.
Damn.
That is crazy.
Wow. So this premiered at Fantastic Fest in September, if I'm not mistaken, which is probably where we're getting all of these critic reviews from. Do they have is there an audience score?
No, not yet. Like
Oh.
literally was just released like a few hours ago,
okay,
right?
fine,
So there's
fine,
no
fine,
audience
fine.
score so far. At least it wasn't tabulated because there might not be enough of it. Yeah, I mean, look, for me, definitely, I think what I liked the most about this as kind of like a number one is how they tied in the story.
Okay, yeah.
I absolutely liked the story. The fact that it's the whole thing that there's like a psychological aspect of things, which kind of brought back movie number
3.
3.
Yeah.
Everything that they've done with, kind of like the whole idea behind Billy, his parents getting killed and all that stuff and whatever it is. The
But
grandpa,
taking it and turning it somewhere, turning it
that's
something
it.
to something different.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get
So
you.
like all of that, they kind of took small bits, elements of the different movies and made it into something so much better, so much more cohesive.
Yeah.
That it actually made sense. And there's some parts that I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna take it too far with the whole psychological connection to the previous
Yeah, the
killer,
psychic
whatever it is.
thing.
Yeah, the second thing. And I was like, that just might be pushing it too much, but they did not, which is good.
They definitely toe the line.
They did.
But
I agree, but it didn't go into a way. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching, man?
But because also I feel like because this franchise is so bonkers
It is.
in the first place, you kind of, and I said this when we were kind of coming home, we try normally not to talk too much about our feelings about things, so we can kind of just air them out during the review, but we'll kind of indicate vaguely whether we liked something or not. And one thing that I did mention while we were kind of like on our way home is just that, like, because this franchise is insane and multiple sequels are so bonkers bananas off the wall, something like a psychic connection being formed
at this point in movie number 7
between a child and a murderer, because they both have the same ability of some sort, and one of them dying and entering the other one's like consciousness or whatever to communicate with him for the rest of his life. I was like, we watched it, and that's like kind of the point that they got to, and I was like, yeah, okay. Like, nothing surprises you. You're just kind of like,
yeah, that's
sure,
it.
sure,
After
sure,
6
sure.
movies,
Makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, we're like, yep, this is normal. Yeah, so that was like one of the things that I actually liked about this. Yeah,
That's fair. I guess my number one favorite was probably Rowan Campbell as Billy. I thought he really carried it well. He has an awkwardness to him.
He kind of does.
That suits roles like this, I think, very, very well. So for people who like maybe can't think of it off the top of their head, Rowan Campbell played the character of actually Corey Campbell, which is weird, in Halloween Ends, which I know, I'm aware. Okay,
we know.
I feel that we feel the same way mostly about that movie, because
Yes.
that's definitely how we felt when we were in the theater. However, none of that is his fault. I thought he delivered a really solid
really good.
performance
Yes.
that was completely just marred by bad writing. Yeah, more than
Exactly.
anything. But I thought he was really great. Maybe there's something to it. I love a Canadian like horror actor in the first place. He's from Alberta.
Oh,
so
right. Hey, you know what? Fun fact.
Yeah.
The second remake of the original film, with the first one being Silent Night 2012, was also shot in Winnipeg, Canada.
Oh wow, okay, so they're all shot in Winnipeg.
Basically.
This movie feels so fucking Canadian to me, probably because of the setting more than anything else. But there were
Right.
also like a couple of, I don't know what it is. There are a couple of cast members, specifically Rowan Campbell's on that list, of people in the movie who, I don't know how to describe this, but as somebody who was born and raised here, it's like you see certain people and you're like, yeah, that person's definitely Canadian. Like this is like a guy from the prairies who plays hockey. Like, it's just, there's something to it. Rowan Campbell is like that. And there's another character named Max.
Oh,
Who
right.
the
Yeah,
minute
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw him, I was like, oh boy. This guy's Canadian. And I don't know what it is. I can't describe it, but I'm sure that people from certain little niches in different areas will feel the same way when they watch a film and there's someone in the film who is from a particular area that they are used to seeing. They'll know what I'm talking about.
So for number 2 for me, I guess, would be the fact that the whole spirit that is part of his consciousness that came from the previous killer, Charlie.
Yes.
I thought that it was just going to be like a random thing. It's like, oh, we must kill people on Christmas.
Yeah.
24 days of Christmas, killing, etc., 24 people. But it was actually doing a good thing, and they did not reveal that right away.
No, it's
And that's
true.
what I liked about it, is at first you're looking like, it's like, oh, okay, this guy's insane, and he's just killing people for just the time of Christmas for 24 days. But then as the movie progresses, you are learning that those people have done actually terrible
Horrible things.
Yeah, and he's actually, like part of it, Charlie's kind of like telling the main characters like, oh, well, you know what's going to happen if you don't kill them. They're going to do bad things. And he's trying to not believe it.
And to be fair, at first you're kind of like, huh?
Yeah,
like,
like,
is this a weird
what?
like karma thing, or like you have to do the devil's work because if you don't, there will be a soul has to be paid or something in the first place.
So that's what I
at first
thought.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what is this? Where
Or
are we
I thought he
going?
was like bullshitting him and just kind of like trying to convince him because he's
yeah,
crazy, right?
Yeah, that's it.
But it wasn't. It was actually the case, which I really liked. I thought that was very smart writing.
That's true. That is
So
fun.
that was, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My second favorite was probably the kills in general, and like the kill sequences as a rule. They were really solid. They were really well done.
Okay, well, you stole my number 3
Oh,
then,
I'm
so
sorry.
that's my 3.
But there were like, because there were there were quite a few kills in the movie.
Oh yeah, there is a part where he kills like 20 or 40 Nazis.
Yeah.
And if you think, how the fuck does this tie into this movie? It does.
No, it's okay. They make it make
actually
sense.
makes sense.
Yes. Because I had come across a thing online maybe a week ago that was like, oh, here's the viral scene of Billy killing Nazis in Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I was like, la 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 la, don't watch it because I didn't want to spoil it. So I scrolled past it, and I was like, but I was so confused by that because I was like, how the hell does this tie into the
like,
story?
what?
No, it does, and it works. It's good. Yeah, no, it's solid, and it was just. That's it. It was good effects work. Overall, the sequences themselves are pretty good. Like some of the stuff with the Nazi scene got a little bit choppy at some point, but like overall, it was good. It was solid. It was hilarious most of the time.
All the kills were right?
All the
like,
kills. Yeah, that's it. And honestly, the ones that were meant to be a little bit more serious were more serious. Like Mr. Sims, Pam's dad. That was really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so like there were like a
Yeah, that's
hefty
true.
number of sequences that were really just well done that way.
Yep, I agree. That was great.
So that's
Great
your number
kills.
3.
Well, that was my number 3, so thank you for saying it for me.
Okay. My number 3, or I guess my third favorite, was so the actor who mostly voices. You see him physically a couple of times. Charlie.
Please tell me who's that because I cannot place that voice.
Okay.
But the voice is cool.
So he's a Canadian actor from Edmonton. His name
Alright.
is Mark, I want to say Aitchison or Atchison, I'm not sure, who seems to have been working since like the 70s in various film and television roles. It does look like he's done a lot of voice work, which really makes sense.
Makes sense.
This is going to be extremely niche. I need him to do an audiobook and voice a dragon in that audiobook.
Oh, damn.
Because
okay.
it would be so fucking good. Or when they make that Fourth Wing TV series, he can voice Ternanok, and I would be fine with that. That would
don't
be
know what that
great.
means.
It's okay. I
But
read
you
a lot
seem
of
excited, so I believe you.
Yeah, I read a lot of fantasy books, but he would. Oh God, he has the perfect voice, like creature.
Yeah.
Voice acting. Oh my God, give him every role.
What has he done?
Oh my God, he's done. I mean, like he's done like a lot of live action stuff.
Sure.
At different times throughout his career, but in terms of like voice work, it looks like he's done some stuff like different animated series. There was like a Zorro TV series, I think in like the 90s or early 2000s. He's done some Transformers stuff.
Cool.
In a few different aspects, it looks like. Class of the Titans. There was a Fantastic Four, I'm assuming, animated something at some point.
All right.
In some episodes of like Supernatural, just all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
My Little Pony. That's great. Anyway, yeah, just like a bunch of stuff. But I need him to do all the voice acting of every like creature and everything from now on because he just he has the perfect cadence and tone for it. So good. And it was like so enjoyable that I was just like, no, it's fine. I'd like to hear Charlie talk about stuff. Like it never, because his voice is so great, I was never
Right.
God, shut up. Like this is annoying now. Not at all.
No, not at all.
No.
It was great. And it kind of created that difference between the two characters, right?
Very much. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because they have like a very different vibe.
very different vibe, very different voice, and I imagined Charlie completely different in my head than from the main character. You know.
Yes,
And I
definitely.
think that
Yeah,
really
yeah.
helped to kind of separate that.
You're never like Charlie is Billy, Billy is Charlie. They feel like two different
Yep.
entities.
That's it.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
I don't know. It just felt like everybody was very committed. Like Ruby Modine as well as Pam.
Oh, yeah,
was
by the way,
really good.
Who is in
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day.
She plays Lori, I think, in the Happy Death Day
exactly.
movies.
She was also great.
She was wonderful.
Yep.
She was great. Pam is one of those characters where like she takes things very far, but in all the instances in which she gets really angry, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Except for the first instance where she just like breaks an ornament, where I was like, all right, calm down. Everything else that she does, I was like, yeah, okay, it's fine. I get it. You can beat those kids up with a hockey stick for bullying someone. That's fair.
That's fine.
Yep.
That is okay.
Yep. This was a really fun and enjoyable film.
Seriously, it was great.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, again, I guess it's not that I thought it would be bad. I just maybe went into it. Again, I don't have any nostalgia for the series. Some of the entries have been not very good. So sometimes you just don't know what you're getting with a newer one that's coming out. Like, did they try this time? I don't know. But it was written and directed by Mike P. Nelson.
Okay.
who I just took like a super brief look because I was like, that name looks a little bit familiar to me. He directed the 2021 Wrong Turn movie, which is a really solid entry into that franchise. So I
Cool,
was
okay.
like, okay, we're really good at taking a franchise and doing something new and fun with it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and also the way that this one ended, they could technically continue it if
They
they
could.
wanted to.
They could.
Which I would not be opposed to if it is as good as this one.
That's true. If they tried, they could probably do something with this. I don't
Yeah.
know that they will, but like they could.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been fun.
Yeah.
This was a fun, very different way of doing things.
It was great. I absolutely loved it. Guys, seriously, if you watch it, do let us know if you
Yeah.
liked it or not. Also, feel free to leave a comment, rate the show. That always helps.
Very much.
Yeah, so
for
thank
sure.
you for everyone who has done it.
Yeah, I think we're going to attempt at least another maybe more Christmassy thing possibly before the holidays come around. But we do have a couple of other things coming down the pipe that are maybe like non-Christmassy to a degree. Maybe an interview that we're going to have sometime
I mean,
in the
hey,
near future as
We can
well.
say we are literally recording an interview tomorrow with Jonathan Jans,
Mm-hmm.
who is the writer of Veil, which was released this year. It's a horror sci-fi.
Yeah.
He's written a bunch of other horror books. Definitely check him out. We're going to be talking to him tomorrow all about horror and stuff, which is probably going to be released kind of like next week.
Maybe next week at some
Yeah,
point. Yeah, that's it. So that'll be coming your way soon, and then we'll get back to like the Christmassy stuff. But this is like a fun little interspersed thing
Yeah.
that we're doing in between, so that'll be great. Anyway, as we mentioned, check everything out at Gravetone Pod on all socials and everything that we have going on over there as we do things like watch this ridiculous franchise and everything else that we have going on as well. But in the meantime, guys, stay scared and stay tuned.
Ciao, guys.